We start by being informed about a dangerous virus that spreads rapidly across the world. In no time, it wipes out most of the population. The virus transforms people into violent, mindless beings, and there is no known cure for the infection. Soon, scientists claim that children under 18 are the true carriers of the virus, and it doesn't take long for society to begin blaming the children for the outbreak. False information spreads quickly, and the world collapses into an oppressive state. Then we hear the voice of a girl named Mary, who explains that the virus first infected adults. Many of them were killed. Later, when symptoms appeared in some children, authorities began placing all children in quarantine camps to monitor them. But it was discovered that only about 1% of them were actually infected. Even so, adults began to hate this small part of humanity, blaming them for the catastrophic and apocalyptic end of the world. They stripped away their freedom and kept them in harsh camps, where they were treated cruelly and without care. Some children escaped the camps, but many did not survive the attempt. In some quiet place in the United States, such camps exist. Escaping the country became the true goal for some. Mary had already escaped from a camp and wants to leave the area by bus, but only adults and their registered children are allowed. Orphans must stay unless they have identification or an adult with them. Since the camps are guarded by military personnel, Mary hides and meets another child named Jeffy. He tells her that leaving is impossible, but Mary insists. A soldier sees Mary, and she runs. Jeffy then helps her and offers her a bike ride, taking her to his hideout where he feeds her. Jeffy is friendly and tries to keep Mary safe. After a while, more friends of Jeffy arrive. They live in an abandoned swimming pool. Ben, the oldest, Vicky, Stefan, and Crystal. When they see Mary, Stefan grabs her backpack. They fear she might expose their hideout. Stefan and the others find a map and realize that Mary wants to cross the border because she believes that children are safer outside. Ben says the border is heavily guarded. Mary asserts that a friend from the camp told her about a tunnel that could lead them out, but the group isn't sure. They hear on the radio that children have been spotted nearby, so their shelter is at risk. They quickly leave in a van with Mary joining them. If they were caught, they would be sent back to the camps, a fate as bad as prison. Ben decides they will try to cross the border using the tunnel Mary mentioned, heading south. During the journey, Mary falls asleep and dreams of her tragic past, when she and her little sister tried to escape from a camp, but her sister did not survive. In this broken world, orphans only have each other. With no one else to trust, they welcome Mary into their group. Later, they stop at a gas station to steal food. Ben distracts a female worker while Vicky sneaks in to grab supplies, but another employee spots her. Outside, Mary waits with Stefan and Crystal. This is the first time Mary is doing something like this, and Stefan shows her a gun, saying they have a plan B in case things go wrong. While Stefan and Crystal share a quiet moment, Mary senses trouble and runs inside. She is right. Ben is struggling with the employee, and the woman is calling authorities. Mary points the gun and tells her to stop, but when she refuses, Mary fires. In the chaos, Ben is also shot, and the group flees the scene before soldiers arrive. Ben is gravely injured and needs medical help, but going to a hospital would get them caught. Soon, the van breaks down, leaving everyone in a panic. Vicky blames Mary for everything, but Stefan notices a large house nearby and calms the group, suggesting they check for food or shelter. Believing it to be abandoned, they head there. As they approach, an alarm suddenly goes off, startling them, but it quickly stops when a woman opens the door. Her name is Clara. She asks why they are there and says they shouldn't be on her property. Vicky pleads for help, saying their friend was shot. Clara agrees to take a look, revealing that she is a nurse, but warns that her husband is a police officer and works night shifts. She offers to treat Ben, but insists they must leave before her husband returns. They had no choice, so they accepted Clara's help. Clara, polite and attentive, treated Ben and brought cookies and milk for them. The teenagers, desperate for a car they had seen in a picture, plan to steal Clara's vehicle, but they can't find the keys. They try to force Clara to give them her car, but Clara is terrified. She reminds them that she helped them. Vicky pulls out a gun. Mary stops her, saying they can't hurt someone who saved them. Suddenly, one by one, the teenagers collapse, showing that Clara is not what she seemed. When Ben, Vicky, Crystal, and Jeffy wake up, they find themselves locked in the attic with the exits closed. They realize that Clara drugged them and had planned everything in advance. The group only tried to steal the car after they had already been drugged. Mary and Stefan were not with the others at that time. Instead, the story shows Stefan locked alone in a cell without clothes, implying he was captured separately. Clara's true motivations remain unknown. Mary wakes up in a room. She discovers it is Clara's daughter's room. When Mary tries to leave, Clara returns. While Mary was unconscious, Clara pierced her ears and made her wear her deceased daughter's earrings, saying her husband brought them for their daughter. Clara talks politely, but Mary is confused and cries. Mary apologizes, saying they shouldn't have planned to take her car. Clara doesn't explain much about her past. Instead, she tells Mary that she saw the map in her backpack and knows about the tunnel. Clara warns that the Border Patrol closed the route a week ago and that the police are looking for them. She tells Mary that she must stay. Meanwhile, the film shows Stefan in a different place. Water is being poured over him, and he asks for help, but no one comes. Upon entering another compartment, something attacks him. We see a pile of clothes, proving Clara harmed people before. The young people in the attic remain silent out of fear. A detective named Fitz arrives looking for them, as their van was found nearby. Clara acts innocent and allows Fitz to search, but Jeffy makes noise in the attic. Clara creates a scene to distract Fitz, who leaves without continuing the search. After Fitz leaves, Clara enters the attic furious with a gun. Ben and the others beg for mercy, saying it was a mistake. Clara forces them to take off their clothes and wear patient gowns. Vicky refuses, and Clara threatens her. She then asks where Stefan is, saying he will soon join them. That night, Clara cooks while Mary stays with her. Clara asks if Mary trusts her, but Mary replies that she doesn't. Clara treats Mary like her lost daughter, but is cruel to the others. When Clara steps out, Mary hides a sharp object, but when she returns, Clara finds it and forces the girl to give it up. Then she offers Mary candy, a kind of dangerous kindness. When Mary asks Clara about her husband, Clara replies that he is outside trying to save the world. Then Clara takes Mary to a room, clearly happy to have her there. When Mary asks about her friends, wondering if they are also in the house, Clara says no. This makes Mary think that her friends might have already abandoned her. The next morning, Ben and the others are planning to escape. Jeff suggests that if they start a fire, maybe they will be forced out, but they know it's not possible. While Clara took Mary outside for a while, Jeff noticed that a wall inside the room seemed weak. When they broke it down, they found a way to go deeper into the house. Jeff was too scared to enter, so Vicky decided to do it alone. At that moment, Ben saw Mary walking with Clara toward the flower greenhouse. Mary had the chance to grab a shovel and almost hit Clara, but Clara began to cry, talking about the death of her daughter. Hearing this, Mary felt sorry for her and realized that Clara saw her as a replacement for her lost daughter. Then Clara suddenly got angry and began to destroy her plants. Watching her like that, Mary felt terrified. It was clear that the loss of her husband and daughter had broken Clara's mind, and being with her was no longer safe. Vicky followed the hidden path and entered one of the rooms, where she found a box of matches but left it behind, thinking it was too risky. In another room, she discovered a knife and kept it. Meanwhile, Ben saw Clara coming back with Mary. Crystal warned Mary with sign language to delay Clara. Although the windows were sealed, Mary noticed and pretended to trip, but Clara started to become suspicious. Back inside, Clara locked Mary in her room and went to the attic with her gun to see what the teenagers were doing. Crystal, in tears, asked about Stefan, and despite everyone's warnings, followed Clara when she offered to take her to him. Clara took her to the same basement where Stefan was, and something terrible happened there. That night, Vicky made a plan. She tells her friends that she will go back into the house through that same way, set the greenhouse on fire to distract Clara, and then they will escape the house. She gave Jeff the knife for protection. Later, Vicky quietly descended, stole the keys from a sleeping Clara, and unlocked the door. But before she could set the greenhouse on fire, Clara appeared and dragged her back inside. Clara aimed the gun at them, demanding to know how they got out, but no one confessed. She brought Mary, saying the group had tried to escape but refused to explain how they got to the basement, adding that they would tell her the truth. Terrified, Mary listened as Clara handed her a shock collar and ordered her to put it on Jeff. When he still refused to speak, Vicky revealed the hole in the wall to protect him, and then put the collar on herself. Clara forced Mary to electrocute her, and when she hesitated, Clara pressed the button, inflicting great pain on Vicky. Everyone felt horrible, but Clara seemed to enjoy it. Later, at dinner, Mary asks why she is doing this, which makes Clara furious. It was clear that she wanted total control over Mary. That night, Mary unlocked the door using a paperclip and saw Clara standing by a wall, whispering to herself. Instead of panicking, Mary searched the kitchen and found sedatives, which she hid for later. The next morning, Clara told Mary that she disappointed her, and that now she would join the other children in the attic, terrifying Mary even more. When Clara went to get sugar for tea, Mary secretly mixed sedatives into her cup. As Clara drank, she claimed that her husband visited her every night. Mary knew that no one had been there, and realized that Clara was just talking to herself. Her mind had gone. Clara said that Hank wanted her to give Mary another chance, that she couldn't save her real daughter, but would try to be a good mother to her. Soon, the drug took effect and Clara passed out. Mary grabbed the keys, ran to the barn, and took the car to rescue her friends. However, the sedative was light, and soon Clara woke up and caught them. This time, she did not forgive Mary. She dragged her to the same basement where Stefan and Crystal had been sent. Crying did not help. Clara ordered her to undress before she could hurt Mary. Detective Fitz arrived investigating the disappearance of the children after finding clues pointing to Clara. In an act of innocence, Clara said a child was hurt and she was just trying to help, but fell silent out of fear. Fitz believed her but felt uneasy, and after she entered the house, he checked the place before leaving. Checking the greenhouse, he found the damaged remains of Stefan in a trash can, confirming the danger. Meanwhile, Clara forced Mary to go to the basement, where she saw an infected man leaning over Crystal's body. It was Hank, Clara's husband. To keep him alive, Clara had been serving up the young people to him on a platter. Mary watches the death scene when suddenly Mary is surprised by the creature. And before Hank could attack, he noticed the earrings in her ears, the same ones that belonged to his daughter. To distract Hank, Mary handed him the earrings. As his attention shifted, she spotted a nearby bathtub and bravely climbed onto it to escape. Meanwhile, Clara came upstairs with her gun, but this time, Jeff was ready. As soon as she entered, he attacked her in the stomach. The group ran down and found Mary covered in red stains. She begged them to leave immediately. At that moment, Detective Fitz arrived. But before he could help, they heard screams. The creature Hank had escaped from the basement and grabbed Vicky, biting her hand. Fitz broke down the door and faced the creature Hank. Before he could be attacked, he shot the abomination. But before he could save anyone, Clara shot him from behind, killing him. Upon seeing her husband, Clara went into shock, and Mary seized the opportunity to strike Clara in the neck with a blade, ending her life. The group ran to the car, but it wouldn't start. While Jeff tried to fix it, Hank, still alive, attacked again, biting Jeff and then Ben. Vicky ran back inside, grabbed the gun, and shot Hank, this time making sure it was really over. They ran to Ben's side, but it was too late. He did not survive. They all collapsed in mourning. Then Vicky realized she was starting to turn into one of the infected. Not wanting to hurt anyone, she took her own life. Jeff had lost his entire family in just a few days, and for Mary, they had also become her family. Knowing she would soon transform as well, Jeff begged Mary to end his life, but she couldn't. Instead, she helped him escape so they could try to cross the border together. Although what awaited them beyond was uncertain,